Oh, Tego, I saw you post this week, and it was really awesome. You did some deep dive on time on market for sales price, right? It's the longer on market, how does it affect the final sale price? We had a question, right, that prompted you to do this dive.
Well, it was actually another realtor in our market. He emailed me and said, "Hey, do you have any data on this? Where can you find, where can we find some data on this?" And I thought, yes, I know where I can
So
find it.
give us the subject
And,
of
and
what
so
it
basically
is.
the subject is how much does a home get discounted over time, as it's on the market?
So
And there's a clear correlation between how long it's on the market and how much the home gets discounted before it sells.
So you have a chart pulled up, and I know that you posted this on Facebook, and the realtor community went crazy thanking you for putting this out there, because it's really what we innately know as realtors, that the longer your home sits on the market, the more price reductions you have from the original list price. So you did a deep dive, and this chart's pretty telling.
Yeah, and one thing I want to point out is this is not just because of the market we're in right now, which is a little bit slower than we've seen. This is throughout time in real estate. The longer the home is on the market, the more price reductions it's going to have. There's just no doubt about it. Now, the question is it causation or correlation?
Right.
It's definitely not causation. It could be part of it. It could be part of the causation, but it's more of a symptom of the problem versus the problem.
Yeah.
The time on market. So
So-
go ahead.
So from me not having done all the deep dive and putting all this charting together, which is great because it's so easy to read and see, it's clear that 4 months, when I went to the end and I said, okay, 4 months on market, basically 121 days, I was thinking, how far out is it going to go before we see a huge price reduction? 4 months is not that long, and we're seeing the price reduction on average significantly down, almost 9%.
Yeah, it's
from
about
original.
8.5%. After 120 days, the homes, and these are just, and this is an important point. These are just the homes that sold.
Right.
These are the homes that actually closed. These are not the homes that went unsold too.
Right.
There's that as well.
So dollar-wise, on the average, I assume that's our average sales price, $429.
Yeah, I took 429 just because that was our average sale price here, and I looked at the last 6 months of sales in our area.
So homes that are selling in the first 30 days are basically being average 1% off list price.
Yeah, about 99%. Yep.
Homes 30 to 60 days. So in that second month on market, it's already 4 3/4%.
And that's where we see the biggest drop. We see the biggest drop after 30 days. From that 30 to 60 days, that's where you see the biggest drop in prices.
Almost 5% from
So
original.
after 30 days, that's when people say, okay, obviously it's not working at the price we're at. That's where they make the biggest adjustments. And then over time, it keeps getting less and less and less and less up to 4 months.
Yeah.
What I want to talk about, though, is why is it that homes are cheaper the longer they're on the market, right? And so what's going on? Again, like I said, it's not the causation, it's the symptom. The symptom is obviously it was overpriced for the market.
In its condition,
And
location.
the condition and the location, and maybe it didn't have good marketing. Maybe nobody even knew it was for sale, right? There's a lot of different reasons. But there's that whole thing about the sweet spot. NAR does this thing.
National Association of Realtors.
Yeah, thank you.
NAR.
That first 2 to 3 weeks is critical.
Right.
That is, if you're selling your home, that's really where you want to be targeted at, which means you have to come on the market with all the marketing collateral, the photographs, all the stuff we do, the floor plans, the
paid
walkthroughs,
marketing.
the paid marketing, the open houses. You really want to make a splash right at the beginning, because if you're trying to sell for top dollar, that's where you need to be. But overpricing can actually backfire on you.
So one of the things we hear a lot from somebody is, I'm not in a hurry. I can wait for the right buyer at this price.
That the data would say that's not a thing.
It's until you get to the right price. It's not
Correct.
like you can wait for the buyer, because the buyer isn't going to come along until you're at the right price for the home, the location, the condition, all of those things, right? And that's what we try to tell sellers is, yeah, you can wait, but you're going to wait a long time because it's not like if you wait a long time, you're going to get your price.
I'll do one caveat to that. There's one exception to that, and that's the very unique property.
Right.
That needs a very special buyer.
Right. Like the 7-bedroom house that used to be assisted living and it was all adapted, da-da-da-da-da.
Correct.
They want to sell it now as a residential home. That's time over. Yeah, it's going to take time to find the right person.
So I keep saying that time on market is a symptom, not the cause, but it is also a cause because there's that perception, right? How many times have we seen a home and it says, gosh, it's been on the market for 30 days. It looks good. Why hasn't it sold? What's wrong with it? That is such a common perception out there.
Well,
right?
So working with these home sellers that I was working with earlier this week, there's a house, similar square footage, different location in Corrales. It's been on the market 286 days. And I looked at the photos before I met with these clients because I'm like, what's going on? Because, of course, I was doing research before I went to their home. And I'm going, 286 days in a good location. The photos look good. What's wrong with this house? I hadn't been in it, so I don't know. But from the photos and the description, it looked like a great house. So it made me very nervous. But obviously, time on market isn't helping that house.
Yeah, and I think one of the takeaways is if you're just determined to push your list price on your home, adjust early. Because if you wait too long, you may have missed it. You know, Zillow did a study and they found that 62% of homes were more likely, let me rephrase that. Homes that required a price cut were 62% more likely to be on the market for over 60 days. So it's, again, you know, it's that time on market thing. Again,
Right.
We're not in 2021 where everything sold in a week.
Right, right.
we're just past that. And there's been a lot of research done on this. This is not us, you know, just some realtors in Albuquerque talking there. You know, there's been academic research on this. If you miss the mark, if you overprice your home, in the end, many times you're going to end up netting less than if you would have just priced it right at the beginning.
And the chart you had up clearly tells us that, right?
Yeah.
Clearly.
Thanks for watching the video all the way to the end. We appreciate you. And please click subscribe. We'll keep you updated on what's going on with real estate in the Albuquerque area and New Mexico, and of course, across the entire country. Have a great one.